As soon as I go through this nether portal, I start my brand new adventure inside of my Minecraft hardcore world. But there's a twist. Instead of starting a completely brand new world, I'm having a fresh restart within my 1500 day world, with nothing but my netherite armor. And here we are, in the brand new world, on day 1543. And it actually looks like there's an azalea tree over there, so I think that's the first tree I want to punch down. But yeah, this is definitely strange, starting fresh after almost 2 years. But here we go, here's our first tree, and as we do in the beginning, or at least not the beginning anymore, of every Minecraft world, we punch down a tree. One really cool thing is the fact that there's a massive coral reef here. However, I don't really plan on building with coral. At least not colourful, alive coral. Maybe some dead coral later on. But another thing I'm going to try in this part of the series is not using coordinates. So I actually won't know if I'll be able to get back to this area. And I also don't know which way I'm travelling. And I can't even see the sun because it is raining. As there's another tree here, I am going to craft up my first set of woods and tools. So we've got the pickaxe and we've got the axe. I think that's all we're going to need for now. So let's just chop down this tree. And then try and see if we can escape this desert, as I really don't want to be here. But I'll kill these salmon as well, just so we have a little extra food. And it looks like off in that direction, it's just more badlands. I really just don't want to be in any sort of deserty biome. I'd rather it be in the plains or a forest type biome. So you know what, it might be worth just making a boat and travelling across the sea. But whilst I'm doing that, I need to explain what my goals are for this episode. You see, there are 5 main goals that I want to achieve. I want to find the perfect building area. I want to get some basic tools. I want to collect every single crop available in the game. I want to build a base. And I also want to find a friend, because it'll probably be very lonely out here. And that shipwreck right there might help with one of the objectives. As one of the best parts of shipwrecks is the fact that you can get lots of different crops inside of them. There's also a ruined portal here, which may have some interesting loot. And I'm glad I've got my netherite armor still. No, just a lot of gold, obsidian, a clock, and a flint and steel. Great. Let's head over to that shipwreck instead. Let's just hope there's something good inside. Some moss, some gunpowder, some carrots, so we've got one of the crops already. Curse of Vanishing and Blast Protection too. Funnily enough, we don't need leather armor. You have probably noticed that I'm still in my netherite armor, but don't worry, I have a good reason. Whilst I am having a fresh start inside of my world, I am too attached to this world to lose it in a stupid way, like walking around with no armor. So, in order to protect my world and myself, the only items that I'm keeping are my netherite pieces of armor. And if you really disagree, make sure to write a massive comment down below. And whilst you're looking down below, hit that like button and subscribe. But we do need to try and find some land which isn't desert, as I really don't want to settle there. It does look like there's some grass blocks over there, so hopefully it's a different... Oh no. No, it's just more desert. Great. I'm going to travel in this direction instead and really hope I find something more interesting. And there we go. That's something a bit more interesting. A giant shipwreck poking out the water. Hopefully that has at least a couple more types of crops I can gather, as I've already got the carrots. And inside, there's just coral. Okay, hopefully I can swim around it. There should be a chest here. Some iron, some emeralds, and some more golden nuggets. The iron's good as I desperately want a shield, as it's one of the essential things you need to survive. Anything else? Bamboo, that's another crop ticked off a list, and so is potatoes. And a suspicious stew, which, you know what, I might try. And inside of this chest, we have some paper, a feather, 2 coast armor trims, and a buried treasure map, which hasn't loaded, and it's a thunderstorm, apparently. Why isn't this treasure map loaded? Oh well, just get rid of it for now. And there's just more desert over there. Great. Let's head this direction now. There are some stony shores here, but it's also surrounded by desert. I don't know why this part of the world is just so deserty, which isn't even a word. But I would like to collect some stone real quick. Hopefully no mobs appear out of anywhere. It's been so long since I've restarted, I don't even know how much cobblestone I'll need. So I'll just gather a little bit more. Hopefully 16 will be enough, and I'm just going to continue down this river. At least until it becomes daytime again, as I really don't want to travel through the desert at night. I mean, I've got my netherite armor, I just have no other good weapons to fight with. Oh great, another type of biome I did not want to see, a jungle. I also really don't like to build in jungles. So that's a desert, a badlands, and a jungle that are all I don't want to build in. But it might be useful for getting some cocoa beans, so I guess it's not all bad. But it is also nighttime, so I'm not going to explore there yet. And yeah, it looks infected with mobs, so I'll definitely avoid that for now. To be honest, I did forget that there was another type of crop that I do need from a jungle, the melon. So I might just see if I can grab that 1 melon block there quickly before getting attacked by a swarm of mobs. How many? 4 should be enough for now. Let's just head away until it is daytime again, and the moon is slowly setting. To be honest, as much as I dislike jungles, this area here is amazing, but I'm definitely not going to be basing near here, and it did look like there were some mushrooms up there. meaning there might be a dark oak forest somewhere. There's also a little bit of coal here, which I will also pick up. Finally, we've made it out of the boring biomes, and we found a panda, which is pretty cool. Also some sheep, which I definitely do need to kill, as I really want a bed. Hopefully we can find somewhat of a good build location as well, but we are very high up now. Perfect, that's definitely more of something I'm interested in over there. A mountain with a meadow. I've never built in one of those before. And perfect, there's a couple more crops I need here, which are the red mushroom and the brown mushroom. You know what? That mountain there looks amazing. I definitely want to build somewhere around here, but it's all very high up and there's not a lot of room down in this bit of a valley. And we've also found a cherry grove, which is pretty cool. You know what? There's loads of cherry grove over here. There's also our next crop down here, pumpkins. And just over that hill there, I found a village. And there's another one right there. So there's one there, and there's one right here. So there's two villages very close. And oh my god, this area is perfect. I could definitely imagine setting up a base around here. And you know what? I think I can call this area home, which means that objective number 1 has been completed. We found the perfect building location. But it's probably worth getting a sleep in this new area first. For now, I think I'm going to use this village house here as a little starter base. So I'm definitely going to need a double chest, and we'll remove this oak stair for now. And we just need to chuck all our items in it. But obviously, I'm going to need the most essential item in hardcore Minecraft. A shield. And I feel much safer already. Let's hope we can get the last type of crop from this field here. Which is beetroot, I'm pretty sure. Oh, there we go. We did get a beetroot seed. Is there another? Yep. Okay, so we got 2 beetroot seeds to start with. Also, there's some hay bales here, which I'm definitely going to pick up. Also, it's definitely worth to start planting a field. So I'm going to plant some wheat here, a couple of potatoes, a couple of carrots, and I'll place the 2 beetroot, place another potato, place some more carrots, potatoes, and a bit more wheat. Pretty sure this house here has a chest. It does, some paper and a compass. Which is good, as I definitely want to create a map. As if we're not using coordinates, I'm going to have to use a map to travel around. To get started properly, I'm definitely going to need a good source of food. And for that, I'm definitely going to need to craft a water bucket, so I can create some farmland. I mean, somewhere around here will be a great place to build the first wheat field. I do need to remove all of this dirt first, though. We may only be 3 days into a restart, but I'm already planting a field. Yeah, it's not very big yet. You know what? I already hate using stone tools. They're so slow and they break so quick. So I want to jump down into a cave to see if I can get at least some better tools. I'll also grab some coal, as it will probably be useful. That's something cool, a dungeon. Please be something good like a skeleton. Oh, it's a spider. Great. So it's not going to be very useful. At least we can get a bit of string. Anything good? Some iron, gunpowder, rotten flesh, loads of string, coal, and a music disc. Great. So no, not anything great. Having all the dripstone around is definitely a bit of a hazard, so I'm going to pick all of it up, as that's definitely not the way I'd like to die in this world. Nothing great so far, but also, I'm too scared to be exploring a dripstone cave. You know what? I don't need to mine for tools. I can just buy them off of villagers. Also, it's definitely much safer. I also do need to find a villager who'd be willing to work for me. Maybe this guy here? Do you want to work for me and become a toolsmith? Oh, you do? I don't want those trades though. Preferably, I want something with coal as well. Doesn't look too interested anymore. What about now? There you go. Do I really want a stone shovel? Actually, that could be quite useful. I'll take a couple and level you up. What do you offer me now? 4 iron for an emerald. That's actually a decent trade to do. But wait, I don't have 4 iron. Well, not yet. You see, I've got a good friend here, Mr. Iron Golem. And I'll just hit him and run away. Build up 3 blocks. And there we go, perfect. 4 iron. Now, where's my villager friend? Not you, you're a nitwit. He's right here. There we go, we're a bit closer now. Although I said I'd avoid mining, if there's some iron at the surface, I will definitely be picking it up. Just like there is here, and here. Also, I'm pretty sure iron spawns most when it's higher up. So it's probably worth checking up on these mountains, as long as there's no powdered snow, as that definitely wouldn't end well. No, just a goat. Oh no, there is some up there. Maybe I was right. There's also an emerald ore here. However, it's one of my favourite blocks in the game, so I refuse to mine it. At least with a regular iron pickaxe. I'd much rather silk touch it. Hopefully a stack of 19 raw iron should be enough. I'm also very lucky there's a blast furnace in this village, as it will speed up the process of me smelting the iron. Now where's my villager friend? He's somewhere over here. So I'll just put the iron in there and start smelting it. I can also do the same with this smoker, as I did have to kill a couple cows, as I could definitely do with a bit more food. Hopefully once this villager upgrades, I get some better trades. A diamond hoe, that's actually good. There's our first diamond tool. And an enchanted iron pickaxe, I will take it. And no, I'm not going to be trading with an armor for now. Obviously not. I'm in full netherite armor. I don't need stupid iron armor. Or diamond armor for that matter. Once again, he's upgrading. And this time, a diamond shovel and a silk touch diamond axe. Honestly though, I'm more interested in the final trade, which should be a diamond pickaxe. But I'll need some more iron to upgrade him first. He's upgrading once again, and let's hope there's something good. A silk touch pickaxe for 21 emeralds. Honestly, not too bad. And annoyingly, I'm 1 emerald short. That's typical, I swear. But actually, I should have the perfect amount of coal needed. Don't worry, it was all calculated. There we go, I can buy a diamond pickaxe. Perfect. Although it is silk touch. And hey, we're only 5 days in, and I've already got some diamond tools. So I'm not too disappointed. I decided to do a little bit more exploring and managed to find 2 types of double tool flowers and also silk touch free emerald ore. It also looks like my good old friend the wandering trader has spawned. Let's hope he has something good, as one of the parts of my hardcore world is that I've got a data pack installed, which allows for micro blocks to be traded from villagers. However, it doesn't look like there's anything too useful from him now. 8 sand for an emerald would be good, but I don't need sand right now. What I do need though is our final crop, which should be the berry bush. And whilst I was exploring, I'm pretty sure I saw a tiger biome off in this direction. And whilst we're heading over there, we might as well loot this village as well. Honestly, this terrain here looks amazing. I'm really excited to start building. I'm also very excited about all these hay bales. You know what, I could have sworn diamond hoes insta-mined hay bales. I've been living with the luxury of netherite items for too long now. One other important thing for some point soon would be a level 30 enchantment table, so I will have to kill some cows for that. I'm just very lucky I don't need to worry about getting more experience. 252 levels should be pretty good for now. And I know I could have reset all my levels, but honestly, I don't really want to do that. I'd rather just have the levels. If I remember correctly, there should be a tiger biome around here somewhere. Okay, there's spruce trees loading in. I'm pretty sure that's the tiger. Okay, it does look like it is. Let's just hope we can find some sweet berries pretty quickly. I didn't realize it'd be the other side of a river. Luckily, I have a water bucket though. I'm actually quite surprised I did that. And we've not just found a regular tiger, we've also found a mega tiger. There we go, a ton of sweet berries. And whilst I'm here, I might as well also grab some spruce leaves. Unfortunately, the sun has now set, so I've got to try and make it back home without getting killed by any mobs. Luckily, my netherite armor should be good enough. It's just, I don't think my stone sword will. Whilst I'm running through the night, trying to avoid dying, I'm just going to pick up a bee nest quickly. And it only has 2 bees in. But you know what, that's not too bad, we can breed them up. Now that I've gathered the sweet berries, I can build one of my favourite farms. For that, we need a fence, a trapdoor. We'll place one again over here. And then we place slabs. There. And then place the fences and trapdoors back. And then we just place the sweet berries beneath the slabs. And you can harvest them without getting damaged. Speaking of not getting damaged, I do want to smelt up a bit more food. And it seems like it's a thunderstorm. So I am just going to sleep to skip another day. Which takes us to day 1552. You know what, I could also do with a couple of leads off my wandering trader friend. So I think if we just put the llamas in the boats, yeah, their leads snap off. So we'll just do the same with this other one. There we go, we've got 2 more leads. No idea what I'm going to use them for yet. I could also do with getting a couple more diamond tools. But for that, I'm going to need a lot more emeralds. And probably the best way to do that is crafting myself up a brand new iron axe and heading over to the cherry grove, because these trees contain a lot of wood. Hopefully a stack and a half of cherry logs will do, as next we need to craft up some sticks so we can trade them with the Fletcher villager. And perfect, from that we made 24 emeralds, which is enough to buy a diamond axe. Before I chop down any more trees though, I'm going to grab all of the carrots and potatoes I have, as it's probably worth planting a load down, just like I've done with the wheat over here. And this one here can be for carrots. And this one down here can be for potatoes. An even quicker way to get loads of wood quickly would probably be to use one of the giant spruce trees. And luckily I have a bit of bone meal to use. Yeah, that already looks like a lot more wood. A stack and 9 logs from that one tree, I think that's much better. With this wood, it should be enough for me to afford to buy a new diamond shovel. Let's check over with this villager. And yeah, 11 emeralds, perfect. Now I'm not actually sure. Is it efficiency 2 that can instant mine dirt? So I know it can't do grass blocks. Okay, no, it is efficiency 3. Yeah, that's mildly annoying. Now we've completed the next objective to get better tools. We've also collected every type of crop and obviously found the perfect location to build. Which means we've only got 2 objectives left. To build a base and to find a friend. But I'm going to focus on building the base first. Which is why I'm headed over to this area here, as I want to flatten this hill down a little bit. Yeah, this is going to take a while. That's 1 layer gone, but I think I want to do an additional layer. With an almost broken diamond shovel already, and an inventory almost full of dirt, the second layer has now gone. And this should be a big enough space to build a base on top of. Or should I go down another layer? I'm really going to hate myself if I decide to do that. But to be honest, it might work better for my base. Which I've totally got a design for. Yep, yeah, totally, yeah. Yeah, I should probably plan a design for it. Yeah, no, that's a really good idea. I should do that. I've now spent a bit of time in my creative flat world planning the starter house. Here it is. Unfortunately, you won't be able to see it properly until we actually build it inside of a hardcore world. So it's time to start gathering all of the materials, like bamboo. And I'm going to need quite a bit of it, so I'm just going to plant down half a stack for now and see how quickly it grows. Next, we're going to need both oak and birch wood, and I'm glad there's a lot of it over here. I now need to try and find some diorite and andesite, and I can't remember if I saw any in this cave yesterday. It doesn't look like it. Never mind, found some diorite here, and I just walked past some andesite. Whilst I'm down here, I also need to grab some gravel. Hopefully that will be enough. It also looks like the bamboo has started to grow. Also need to get loads of hay bales. I've also got some spruce logs to put in, and with this bamboo, I need to craft blocks of bamboo, and then bamboo planks. And I've seriously only made 28. Bamboo is so annoying. I'm going to need some grass blocks as well as some pieces of short grass. That's all of the resource gathering I think I have to do. So I can just pick up this chest and bring it to the building area. That was actually really satisfying that everything fit into my inventory. It's not often that happens anymore. Annoyingly, I am a little bit of bamboo short, so I'm just going to have to wait for this to grow. But I have marked out the corners of this build. Finally managed to get all of the bamboo materials I'm going to need. So it's time to build up the starter house. Here we go, here's the house. And massive credit to Twipty's Builds for the inspiration behind this build. For this area, I've decided to go with more of a rundown sort of village area. But this will be the only house up here, and who knows, maybe I plan on transforming what this village looks like in the future. One thing I haven't done yet is the interior, which I think it's probably a good idea to try now. But for it, I am going to need some spruce wood, and I really hope I've left some over in the village. Unfortunately though, it doesn't look like I have. You know what, from a distance, that house looks really cool. But don't worry, I know the side there looks a little bit flat, but I plan on doing something next to it. For now though, it's definitely worth chopping down some spruce trees. And actually, 27 logs should be perfect. With this spruce and this coarse dirt I have, I need to dig out the floor. With that now done, I can just randomly start placing in bits of coarse dirt and spruce planks. As I want to make it look like there was once a wooden floor here, but over time it has just got covered in dirt. And we can also extend out the coarse dirt around here. Then I can also add in some pieces of short grass, as it just makes that area look a bit more overgrown. I should also probably add the doors back in. It's also probably a good idea to do something about the roof, as staring up and just looking at bamboo, birch, oak and hay bales is probably not a good idea for at least the front floor, as I do plan on building a loft above. But as I have no idea how to do it, I'm just going to leave it for now and work on the next part of the project, which is to mark out the path going down to the village. I have now somewhat of an idea of what I want to do for the roof, and it is going to be very simple. I literally just want to add some spruce slabs in. Although it's quite cramped up here, and it's pretty basic, I don't mind it too much. I've added a slight bit of interior work now. We've got the storage system over here. We've got my bed, 2 chiseled bookshelves, an extra chest, no idea what I'm going to put in there. And we've got the stone cutter and another crafting table here. And now I need to make loads of trips back to the village so I can collect all of my stuff. Luckily, after this trip, only one more is needed. But I'm sure I'll be back to the village at some point. Especially because I already have massive plans, which Mr. Pig here is part of. With the base now sorted, you may think the next objective is completed. But you're wrong. You see, whilst the house itself has been built, the area around it doesn't look great. So just like I've done in other parts of my Minecraft world, I want to add in a ton of crop fields. Which means one thing I'm going to need is a lot of leaves. Another thing I'm going to need loads of is seeds. And I'm glad most of my wheat field has now grown. Now with some of these leaves, I want to plan out where the field is going to be. And normally for this, I just make a sort of circular pattern. Yeah, something like that should work. But so I get a better idea, I want to continue out the pathway. However, I'm not going to be able to carry on any further, as my shovel is about to break. I just hope I'm going to be able to afford one from one of the villagers. Luckily now, I have just enough emeralds. There we go, a brand new shovel. Now that I've got a better idea of where the path's going to be, I can actually continue out the crop field along here a bit. Just to make it a little bit bigger. Another detail I want to add around here requires a couple of campfires, as if we head down here, we can use them as mini log piles, which I think works really well. Something else I forgot to point out is we are now 20 days into this brand new adventure, and I've already got a house and diamond tools. Maybe I'm finally getting better at Minecraft. Anyway, to build a crop field I'm going to need a ton of water, so I want to build a little well, and it probably fits in quite well here. That was not an intentional joke. So we do 4 stone brick stairs like this, 2 oak fences and 2 oak fences. I need some dirt. You know what, I do want to move it over a couple of blocks, to about here. Then we add on the 4 oak fences, and build an oak stair roof. Placing stairs is so annoying. And now we just need to add water inside of it, because this well here creates an infinite water source. Another data pack I have in my hardcore world is the ability to share item frames to turn them invisible. So let's put a clock above the bed, and now we've got an invisible item frame. And if we head down here, on this log here, we can place an iron axe, turn it around, shear it, and then we've got an iron axe on an oak log. Although it's a very small tweak, I think it really helps to add detail into my Minecraft world. But so will the crop field, so I'm going to grab the rest of my oak leaves and plan a couple more out. So I've now got another one planned out for here, and just by the house here, but I'm going to need a few more oak leaves to actually fill all of the gaps in. And it's really annoying how shears have such little durability. Luckily though, my axe does have silk touch on it, but it's going to make it much slower. I just hope that this will be enough. Also from this angle, the house looks really cool. Now I need to place all of these leaves down. And I sort of just do it in a circular pattern, occasionally breaking one beneath, so a leaf is floating. But there's no real specific way of doing it. You sort of just randomize how you place it. For example, this one I'll break underneath, then you'll occasionally stack up 2. One thing I want to do with this one is just place some dirt in here, so it's all at a similar level. But now it makes this bit look a bit worse, so I just need to extend a little bit of dirt out this way. And hopefully that will solve the problem. And I'm going to continue doing it to the other 2 fields. I need to now decide what I want to put in all of these fields. And I think this one could be for wheat, this one could be for carrots, and then this back one here can be for potatoes. The next thing I've got to do is place holes in the ground for the water sources to go. That's the first field done, and that's the next 2 fields done. So it's time to turn them into farmland. There we go, that's the first one done, and I should definitely buy another diamond hoe off one of the villagers, as this one is very close to breaking. And he's only selling them for 1, so I'm going to buy a couple new ones. And I might as well buy a new iron pickaxe as well, as the diamond pickaxe does have silk touch on it. Now it's time to create more farmland. There we go. And now we actually need to plant crops into the fields. On a side note, that sunset going into the valley over there looks really cool. I really can't wait until we transform this area. Annoyingly, I only have 15 potatoes, so I really hope a few more have grown over by the temporary crop fields, which I might actually extend out at some point and create proper crop fields. Who knows? But I think it's just going to be worth planting down all the crops I do have so far. Annoyingly, I didn't have enough carrots or potatoes for the field, but I did have enough for the wheat. But I can grab a little bit of bone meal from the composter and get at least 3 more potatoes. So we are getting a bit closer. And this area is starting to look even better now. I've gathered a few more carrots and potatoes now, and I really hope it's enough. But something tells me it's not going to be. No, it doesn't look like we have enough carrots yet. Hopefully potatoes though? No, once again, just a few short. However, it does look like there are more carrots and potatoes grown over here. Now I really hope I have enough. And for the carrots, we're 1 short. Great. But luckily, I can place down all of the potatoes. Luckily, I can grab some bone meal from that composter and get the final carrot I'm going to need. There we go, that's all the fields planted down, which means the 4th objective has been completed, to build a base, and I'm really happy with what this area looks like so far. Before moving on to objective number 5 and finding a friend, I want to extend the path down all the way to the village. There we go, the path now leads into the village, and I've decided to somewhat transition it from the coarse dirt into the dirt path. However, I'm not sure what I'm going to be doing with this village yet, so I'm not going to completely decorate it. But it's now time to move on to the final objective, and I've now got to find a friend. And yesterday when I was gathering some spruce wood, I did see some wolves up in the mountain, so I think I want to tame a dog. And there they are over there, but it seems like there's powdered snow everywhere, so I've got to be very careful trying to get across. Can I make this jump? Oh, I can. Don't know how I managed that. It just seems to be powdered snow everywhere. How do I do this without falling into the snow? It's probably not a very easy way. Unless I go up here. No, this is all powdered snow. Why didn't I bring leather boots with me? Okay, anyway, which wolf? Oh, there's loads. I want this one. Do you want to be my friend? Do you want to be my friend? Do you want to be my friend? There you go. We've now got a new friend in the world. Which means objective 5 is now complete. But my wolf friend here does not have a name yet. Which is where you come in. You see, in the description of this video, there is a brand new donation page. If you donate anything up to £5, you will be put in a book and quill inside my hardcore world. And if you donate anything above £5, you will be named after a mob inside my world. Which means it's up to you what this dog's name is. But obviously these donations are not a requirement, they are only for if you really want to help support me and my channel. But another way you can support my channel and me is hitting the like button and subscribing. And you know what? I'd say we've had the perfect restart in Minecraft Hardcore. And now it's time to tackle the next project.